Hello guys, and welcome to episode 6, I think we're on now, of this vanilla City Skylines Let's Play. And if you tuned into the last episode, this might look a little bit weird, because this wasn't here last time. Yesterday I actually recorded an entire 50-minute episode, and the file corrupted, so pretty wounded about that. But it gives us a chance just to run over some of the things that we've done before we kick off with what we're going to do today. Which is going to be a major highway upgrade as we start to prepare for what will be the higher density part of this map. So last, we also hit the milestone in that corrupted video, which allowed us to unlock a tourism specialisation for the commercial districts. And that's what we've done here. I'm not sure if we're going to keep them yet. I mean, for low density, these are pretty massive. And it kind of stands out like a sore thumb. It kind of does go down, which is nice in a gradient. It's not kind of like smaller buildings right up to the large. And we've built it around the tram stop so people can come in and out from the main town. And I just wanted to kind of have a look as well at what the city looks like during night time. And I'm really happy with how it's starting to look now. Especially this kind of mini downtown area that we built last episode. Yeah, really happy with how it's looking. Well, it always seems to be raining. So I'll just turn off the day and night stuff now because we're not going to do the whole thing in day and night. That'd be annoying. Okay, so also in the corrupted video, we expanded this residential estate for it to carry on in kind of the similar shape. It's almost like ribs. If you imagine this is the spine, and then each one of these is a rib. It's working well. We're getting a lot of people in here. Traffic is flowing quite nicely. And then we also built a new park down here in this empty space, and we will continue to expand it as the park levels up. We also unlocked there the tier, which people are making use of. And then we unlocked a couple of gazebos as well. And this is kind of like a little park hub where you've got the restrooms and a cafe and the info booth. And then this path also links back up into our social hub, which people are actually using the gate, which is making me quite happy. And then coming back down, there's links into each of these little roads. And then over here as well, although no one seems to be using this one. And then people are now as well using this bridge to get across to the downtown area, which is good to see. And then also onto this road, which is the tram road that links the other side of the river. We added in kind of a little gated fence community area, which is on the other side of these trees. We'll cover that in a minute. But I've just lined this road with fencing. It just makes it not look as barren, and I think it's quite nice. You know, we want this road to stay pretty clear. There won't be any buildings along here. This will just be parkland for people to make use of. And then on the other side of these trees, and you can also access it through this road here where we've built another intersection. Coming down here, you can see that we have a little gated community, which I'm really quite happy the way it turned out. So they have the fence running all the way along here. Then there's also a community school and a tropical garden here for happiness and education reasons. And then this little housing estate is the renewable green city houses, and there's also a little bit of commercial in here for them as well. But I really like the way it turned out. It's based on the estate that I live on. No, not every house here is kind of renewable and 100% efficient in the sense that these houses are. But with these kind of little triangle sections here, this is the estate that I live on has these, and I've tried to put them in a few different places throughout. Well, I think it looks quite nice. We'll put some more trees in here and probably something here along the highway. And again, they do have that gate along it as well, so the only way in and out of this estate is through the roads and the paths that join it in. So really happy with how that turned out. We also added this road in last episode, which just serves as another entrance and exit for people to get across to the city. It isn't too busy, and I think we might actually downgrade this to just a single road rather than the 2 double lanes. But we'll see how it progresses as traffic gets busier in this area. These guys are complaining of what is that? It's not enough customers, is there? Apparently there's not enough tourism for those guys, but we'll we'll have to see how that progresses. The money situation, we haven't made that all ourselves. We've just recently taken out the 2 loans. Because what we're planning on doing today is totally reworking kind of from here up to here. Because we need to build a fairly substantial highway interchange here. Because this isn't going to cut it, I'm afraid. So we're going to dive right ahead in that. We're going to pause the game because this is going to massively disrupt traffic. And we're going to have to rebuild all our little industry entrance and exit onto the road. But it'll be fine. Okay, let's delete these guys back up to here. Okay. I'm hoping I can fix this. I'm kind of working off a template that I found online. I'm not really the best when it comes to actually designing highway interchanges, just because I kind of get a little bit confused about where all the traffic does and doesn't need to go. Okay, so that should give us enough room. Oh, I just unpaused it. That's going to break a lot of stuff, isn't it? No, okay, we're good. Alright, let's kick off just by joining up the highways again. We'll stick some road guidelines on for this. Okay, so these guys can come out to 3 in a curve to about there. Okay, I'm aware the angle is horrendous, but we'll worry about that later. I just want to have the general lines built in for it so we can actually... Okay, how's that looking? Up to about there? Yeah, okay, that seems cool. Let's actually get a straight line on here and we'll just turn off the guidelines while we eye it up. Okay. That seems about right. And then we'll knock it there and onto there. And then this needs to be our opposite direction. For some reason, City Skylines, I actually find it easier to play with the right-hand drive, even though in England we drive on the left. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, right, so that gives us kind of a basic idea of what we're going to be working with. I'm referencing a picture of a highway interchange just for kind of consistency's sake and to make sure that I don't massively screw anything up. But I'll try and link that picture down on maybe a Google Docs sheet in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check out what I'm referencing. Okay, let's bring these guys in. Okay, so we want this to be a bridge. Let's put some road guidelines back on. We'll bring it out up to the 10 marker and then bring it up by 1. And then the same again here. Up by 1, and then this should allow us to cross the highway. Yeah, super, okay. And then let's do the same again here. And then here. And then that also allows us to cross. Okay, so that's worked out quite nicely. And then we'll bring these guys out maybe by 10 more. And then we'll come out by 10. Drop it down. And out by 10 again. Okay, so this is going to be quite a big part of the city, so I want to make sure it's as symmetrically pleasing as possible. Okay, that's looking okay so far. It's not unrealistically low, I don't think. When we've rebuilt it, we'll make sure that all the traffic isn't clipping into the different areas of the bridge. So this guy is complaining of wrong direction, and he's right. Spin this guy around. Okay. Every time I've built kind of a big highway project like this, I've usually done it from either a modded asset or using one of the preset vanilla ones. Okay, so let's give this guy plenty of room to maneuver. I just want to bring him out straight. Let's have a look at this reference point here. Okay, that seems pretty good. Then we'll bring this guy up, and then he's also going to actually separate off into his own line. And I'll bring this guy up here, and then he will bend around to there maybe. And then let's just turn off the guidelines for this. I'm going to do a little bit of freestyling just so it doesn't look as rigid. How about we just do one big one into there. Okay, that seems to work. I'll always tie this up off camera if it just looks horrendous, and we'll give these guys just a little bit more direction so they can actually go ahead. I haven't upgraded this road here either, have I? Let's do that now, just while we're here. Okay, and then can I upgrade these roads without destroying anything around them? Yeah, we're good to go there. Okay, super. Okay, so this allows people come in this direction now. Let's just kind of recap of what we've done. So people head in this direction, they can come into the city here. This is their entrance and exit. They can easily get in. And then this road here will actually link to this road. So let's go ahead and build that. Let's just give these guys a little bit more leeway so we know where we're taking them. And we don't actually run out of room. Okay. So this guy now needs to start heading up with a curved road. And we'll just bring him out to 10. And then again to 10. Let's see here. Okay, so actually maybe... Yeah, actually let's bring this back a little bit because I'm not giving myself enough room. See, the highway entrance for the industrial is going to be over here, so... Maybe let's do it from here. Have we got guidelines on here? I do, okay. Sorry if I'm overly silent during this section, I just want to make sure that we try and get this as correct as possible. Because I really don't want to mess this up, because it's probably going to be horrendous to fix if it is. Okay, let's actually bring this up on a straight bit as opposed to curving it almost immediately. And Glebe Park just reached level 4. Wonderful. Okay, we can't pull that over just yet. Okay. Okay, and these guys will come over here. And then it'll cross. Can't get it over there, can I? Let's bring it here. There is a sweet spot somewhere there. There we go. Can we delete that up to there? Yeah, okay, let's just do that. And then let's go freestyle. Okay, so we can't bring it down just there yet, so let's pop another pillar there. And then we'll bring it down by one. And then again, over here. and then we'll join up with that road when we bring in this side as well. Okay, so that gives us one decent solid connection. People can come in and out as they please here, and I think that'll work. Okay, so if we carry on now with the other side, let's give these guys here an exit. So we'll pop the guidelines back on, and then is it around here it starts to come off? Yeah, that works okay. Okay. How's that work? Yeah, okay. I just realised that I played the game. Did not realise that that was flowing. It's just instinct to press number 1 and 2 if I see the game paused. Okay, yeah, so that works for them. That gives them a highway exit. So now people can definitely get in and out of the city, at least. That is the thing that was concerning me the most. Alright, let's carry on. So these guys here, if they're coming out of the city this side and they want to head in that direction, they now need an entrance. So let's give them one. Let's follow that. And then we'll bring this guy. I want to make sure this is as straight as possible, really. Have I just not just put the guidelines back on? Or did I just take them off? I think I did, didn't I? Okay. So that takes them up to about there. Maybe let's knock it back a little bit. We don't need to go that far out. Maybe about half. And then we're going to want a big curve as this guy starts to loop back around on himself. Bring it down. And then again, this guy can join up to there. That curve isn't amazing. Maybe let's try that again. So if you guys find this tedious, maybe you can, I don't know, do a bit of work on your own city while I'm doing this, because it would probably be somewhat tedious to watch, I should imagine. Okay, let's bring it up by 10. And then down. And then by 10. And then down. To there. And then we should be able to match it up to that. Okay, that looks a little bit better. A little bit more functional, I think. Okay. So now, these guys heading out have an entrance onto this road. And these guys heading out also have an entrance onto this road. So we want to match up these lanes here. So if these guys on this lane want to head in this direction, they also need an exit of their own. So let's do that now. Probably through this guy here. Okay. Through there. And then this guy will start curving around. Over here. And then this guy will go straight. Oh no, that isn't the road that we wanted. Let's upgrade that. Straight out, and then this guy can come and join them. And then we'll also just bang these guys on further up. What am I doing? This isn't the roads I'm using. Come on. Concentrate. Right. And then this guy down to here. And that should allow us to connect nicely onto there. Maybe we should actually make this a two-way, as they'll be merging on. Just so it allows people to not back up if it does get too busy around here. Okay, let's have a look at a bird's eye view. Alright, it isn't looking too bad. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Hopefully it'll actually be functional and will work as planned. Okay, now, so these guys are also going to need another highway exit. So if these guys head in this way, want to come into the city, they currently don't have a route to do that. So let's give them one. So off of this road here, they'll bend off to there. Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to actually do this freestyle. We're going to give these guys a ramp here. A ramp here. And then it's going to have to come up by one more to get them over. And even one more after that. Let's knock it down another elevation point. Just so the gradient isn't too crazy. Okay. Yep, that works there. Although, can I get this across here anywhere? Is that because it's too low? Maybe let's just try go to the straight point. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm trying to be a little bit too acute with that angle there. So let's actually bring it alongside this other one, and then it can loop over the kind of lower section of the highway. Okay, so down here, here, and then let's bring this back to the middle elevation. Bring it up by one. Up by one again. And then up by one again. Maybe that's too soon as well. For you highway geeks, I'm sure this is incredibly infuriating, so I can only apologise. I am fairly new at doing kind of grand highway interchanges like this, so if you have any tips for me, and if there's some horrendous glaring error that you can see me doing, please let me know. I'm always looking to improve in this game. Okay, there we go. There's a sweet spot. And then this will allow us to bring this guy over here. Let's knock them down in elevation. Oh, okay. And then we're going to bring this onto there. And then we'll start bringing them down with the grid tools on. There we go. Maybe we should actually connect it to that one. Let's upgrade this road. Upgrade these with the sound barriers. Okay, so how's that looking? Okay, it's functioning because I realise I've just started the game again. These guys have abandoned. Just delete that. Alright. So now we are looking fairly decent, I think. Fairly decent here. So we need to focus on this side of the highway now. These guys need an entrance onto this side, so that should be fairly easy to do. I'm just going to temporarily reference my picture for a moment to make sure I'm not missing anything too obvious. No, that seems pretty easy to do. We'll just bring this guy in adjacent to these. Can we actually get that? No, it's kind of annoying that that won't snap perfectly. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And then these guys over here. Just straight down. big curve out this way. Then you can join them there. Alright, okay. So I think from the picture that I am referencing, that should be alright. Although, if these guys here want to get onto this road, they don't currently have a method, do they? Let's just follow this through. No, they don't. Okay. How much room do we have under here? We do have a fairly decent amount of room. So maybe we can drag this over here and bring it down. Haven't really left myself enough room. There is a sweet spot there where I can grab it there. But then that's going to be too... Yeah, that's too ridiculous. That looks horrendous. Okay. That's not even the right road either. Let's have a look here. Okay, maybe we can break off from here. Let's actually delete this, and we'll rebuild this at a much lower angle. The move it mod would be incredibly helpful right now, but this is our vanilla let's play, so and that's just bring this guy down. Okay, that gives me a little bit more room for manoeuvring. I think this is the only way I'm going to get this in. Okay, then let's bring him down. Down under here. Okay, and then these guys can just join up to here, and then we'll make this a two-way. Or a two-lane, rather. Okay, how's that look? It's not quite as smooth as the rest. But in all honesty, I think if you guys know how I can improve that, I'm not really sure with the room that I have. Let me know in the comments. Because I'm just not too sure what else I can really do with that. This side is a lot more cramped because we have this industrial space here. Okay, maybe we'll actually start emptying these landfills and move them elsewhere. Because I kind of want to rebuild this section so it's a lot more kind of flowing like this, because it's so cramped in because we don't have the room here. So we'll empty those landfill sites out and then rebuild this part. So don't worry, that won't stay like that because I'm really not happy with that. But just for right now, in terms of functionality, it's okay. It does seem to work, so we'll keep it as that. And whilst we've got this highway demolished, I'm going to go ahead and actually start our canal section. We'll bend the canal back this way a touch. And then bring it through. Okay. And then we need to rebuild these roads over it, of course. Can I just do straight ones like that? No. Space already occupied. See, but it does build a bridge for us though. That kind of makes me question it a little bit. Okay, let's just knock this road back a little bit and we'll, when we purchase this square here, we'll make sure that we have the room to rebuild these sections. Just so they don't look as kind of ridiculous in their curves and their angles. But we can't really do that until we have this square, so that'll do for now. Okay, so that actually, maybe now, I want to actually try, let's try and break this in. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though, I'm just going to save my game before before we do this, because the last time I tried it off camera, a lot of stuff got flooded, and I don't really want that to happen again. Of course now there's the train line here as well, isn't there? Okay, let's bring this guy straight through. We'll delete the train line, we'll rebuild that. And then straight through to here. And we'll make sure it goes into the ocean as well. Okay, so quick recap, that's a massive hill. That will probably need reworking at some point as well. And then we'll also break it in over here as well. So the idea with this is that ferries will flow through the area, ferrying people back and to across the map. Okay, so these guys here, I'm fairly certain now that this will work. Let's just do a quick recap. So if they're heading in this way, they can exit here and they can get onto that side of the highway and they can come into the city here. There's nowhere else they need to go. These guys heading out of the city, they can get on there to go in that direction. They can go in this direction and they can also come off here and then head in that direction. These guys coming off, they can also go in this direction. They can carry on in that direction, or they can come over this ramp and join into the main city. Yeah, okay, and obviously our main town will expand down this area of the map, but we're a little while off doing that yet. We've still got some work to do down in Frentwood. But we'll see. This is Glebe Park's loaded up now. Okay, let's put the map flow back on and we'll see how this functions in real life. Okay, seems to be working. There isn't too many people coming into the city for some reason. Okay, we'll keep our eye on it. I also want to pop some trees through here as well. Oh, not that one. That's like right on the branch. Put some through here, and then along this space as well. Just because these huge, open, empty green fields just look a little bit kind of nondescript. And then we'll put some stuff through here. Okay. But it is working. Quite happy with that. So wow, these guys have finished emptying already. Okay, let's relocate you over here. And also these guys too. Let's put you just down here for now. I kind of want an industrial estate. I've spoken about having industrial estates specifically for power before. I would also like to do the same with garbage, just so it's more efficient in the way it grows. This guy also needs to move too. Put you down here. You can demolish some of those buildings. Okay. So now we actually have the ability to rework these guys in. Let's bring you down here to the back of these guys, and then yeah, okay. That should. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just do this now. While we're on the highway episode. So I was super gutted that that episode ended up corrupting yesterday. We did a lot of cool stuff. But hopefully you guys have managed to see some of the stuff that we have done. Okay, we've got guidelines on, we do. Okay, so this guy can come out. And then he does need to come up a little bit actually. Okay, we'll rework that in. Again, just excuse the concentration, guys. I'm just trying to bring this in as close as we can get it. Okay, no. Need to bring this down by at least 2 levels. Maybe even 3. There we go. It's really not happy with this, is it? Okay. There we go. That was the easiest solution. And now no one can actually get into the city, so I need to rebuild that. That needs to be one way as well. Okay, that looks much better. It's not quite as smooth as that one, but I don't want to put you guys through any more of that, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, and our canal is flowing. Wonderful, wonderful. And it is meeting in the middle. How's it doing this side? It's not flooding the land, is it? No, it's working. Oh, okay, that looks super cool. Very happy with that. Awesome. So we can have some ferries that stop maybe here when we eventually unlock ferries. But for right now, yeah, that's super happy. I'm very happy with that. Okay, and there's the finished highway, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry if it was madly infuriating for you, but it seems to be working. Although no, it doesn't, because I have missed out a road there. Can you believe it? There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. I probably would have left that and you guys would have been absolutely raging. Yeah, so now we're having some issues here. Let's have a look. So, you see, this is the difference. Look at how crazy this traffic is getting now in the industry, because we have all of the cars trying to come through here and bottlenecking because we got rid of this entrance and exit onto the highway. So we really need to rebuild that. So let's actually do that now, because that traffic can't stay where it is. Although we're a little bit stuck for room now because we've lost the... Can I bring this guy over? Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's get some highway entrance roads. And let's bring this guy down here. Okay. Again, that's a little bit too crazy actually. Can we bring this down by 1? Yeah, we can. Okay, delete that as well. Again, when we unlock this adjacent tile, we'll fix a lot of these road angles. Don't fret too much about them now. But yeah, they will be fixed. Okay, let's bring a little curve road out here. Is there a reason that won't connect? Maybe let's bring this guy out of here. Okay. So that works for there. These guys wanting to come off here can do so. And then let's bring them down onto their little entrance here. Again, don't worry about it. We'll tidy it all up off camera. And then these guys coming out here can have a separate slipway just before this entrance. There was a sweet spot where it worked then. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit too steep too soon. Let's bring it back a little bit. Just to there. And then we need to actually increase this elevation step because it isn't quite working at the moment. Boom. Boom, that should clear that now. Yeah, it does. Okay. So, I'm aware that looks really messy and unorganised. I'm not happy with that. But just for serving the purpose of getting the industrial traffic in and out of the city, it will do until we unlock this tile here and we can rework. We've got more room to rework this part of the highway. I will rebuild a proper industrial exit, but that's just to clear some of this traffic here. But in all honesty, we could probably actually do with upgrading this road now into probably a highway. And maybe even this road into a 6-lane, although it will break the tram line. We'll have to see what happens with that. But all these guys are flowing out now. This industrial traffic should revert back to using their own entrance and exit. Yeah, they are doing now. Okay. Is there a way to turn traffic lights off on vanilla? Yeah, okay. I don't want traffic lights there at all. And then over here as well, there'll be traffic lights here too, won't there? Yeah, okay. Junctions, no traffic lights here. Everyone just go. It should keep guys flowing. Okay, super. So let's carry on with a little bit of expansion, and then we'll leave this episode there because that was quite intense. I don't want you guys to get too burnt out on that. Let's carry on. Let's do some more stuff down here. We'll bring this housing estate out, and then this should actually box off this area. Let's bring you guys down to here. There we go. Delete that. Yeah, that was connecting that whole power grid. Can we actually find another way to connect that? Maybe over here would be a better idea. Just until we have our power section sorted out. That burnt through a lot of our money as well, building that. But it is working, so super happy with that. Okay, so let's carry on over here. This guy can now be demolished. I really wish that they had another kind of power line in, almost like an underground one, rather than the actual electricity pylons themselves. just think it'd be much nicer. Okay, let's bring that guy up there. Lay some water pipes out. So this part of the map now, we're coming really close to finishing it off and leaving it as is. So we'll start probably next episode. Maybe we'll continue to... No, I'll tell you what, here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to expand this part of the map until we hit 7,500 population, which is the next milestone. And we also get the high density stuff in that milestone as well. I'm pretty sure. Or is it the one after it? Yeah. Big town. Yeah, so this is where we get the high density stuff. We also get leisure and IT clusters, which allows us to do some really cool stuff with downtown areas. Kind of like New York style stuff. So that's what we'll do over by the other side of the city. Okay, that should fill you guys in. So it kind of looks really cool now. Because we've made the houses all 2 squares deep, they all kind of have a uniform look. It looks really kind of quiet and suburban. You know, there's no enormous houses over here. And then these guys could do with a bit of commercial actually. Let's just pop some commercial spaces in here. Make this a little bit of a kind of mini high street if you like. Some of these guys are renewable as well, aren't they? Ah, that's fine. We'll leave them as renewable. Okay. So maybe let's do some park expansion on Goose Home. We'll add some more paths in through here. Let's maybe make this a little freestyle one. And then we'll add some new stuff in. So we just unlocked something new, didn't we? A climbing frame. Okay, that might be quite nice. How many visitors does it have now? 23 a week it's getting. Not bad. Not bad. So this industrial estate is starting to run out of room in terms of where we're going to actually expand, because we're kind of boxed in by... I don't want to use this space just yet. I'm saving this for office space. I want this to be like a business park. But at the same time, industry does need to expand. So maybe we can do that over here. Keep industry along the canals. I don't know. I wonder if you can place... So these cargo hubs, I wonder if they can go on here. I'm not sure if they can or not. How is this water doing? It is okay. It's staying in the canal. And it is flowing all the way through. So that's good news. It's a little bit shallow here. But if you guys have any recommendation on canals, do let me know. Because I've never used them before and really want to try and use them in this city. And this guy's complaining of no power. Of course he is. This little crematorium, or cemetery even, I don't think I want to build any commercial next to it. Just for the fact that this road will get too busy. No, I suppose we could do just a little bit of commercial. Just drawing some blocks along here. And try to do fairly big ones. I also have something to show you on the highway as well. Well, not the highway, the main bit through here. So we had all these, like these buildings, I really don't like them. They just look kind of too city-ish. They don't look like a town. So I went back through and knocked some of them down. And then some of them have been replaced by these guys, which make it look a lot better. So I think this looks, there's still a few of them popping up. Like this really isn't low density, like stuff like this is. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those. Okay guys, so we'll leave it there. Sorry for the kind of... We didn't really do much this episode, but I really wanted to start planning for the future part of the city. And I'm sorry that you missed all this. You know, this was a really good bit of expansion. But you know, there'll be plenty more to come. Next time, we're going to build the highway right down into the beach area. See, this is really starting to pollute this bay now, isn't it? It is. And then we're going to put the industry here. And then all of our kind of little towns. And perhaps maybe next time, actually, whilst we wait for the office space to unlock, which will fill this area, we can maybe extend the highway down here and build almost like a little forestry town here. I think that would be quite cute. Almost like a little village. Not as big as this, but just, yeah, a little forestry village. Kind of off the highway, out in the sticks. A little bit of a countryside setting. That might be quite a nice thing to do. Do we have any farmland over there? No, not really. A little bit over here. But we won't be expanding there anyway. But yeah, we can definitely do some stuff with forestry there. That'd be good. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you're raging over this, I'm sorry. I'll try and tidy it up off camera and ignore this for now. This is just temporary to get the industrial traffic in. If you enjoyed the episode, as hard as that might have been, please subscribe to the channel. We try and get these out maybe 4 or 5 times a week. And you can find a playlist of the whole series on the channel, and also a link to my Twitch in the description. If you guys are interested in following me there, you can see as we stream stuff from the Xbox, including Destiny 2, FIFA, and Borderlands. So if you're into gaming content, definitely follow me on Twitch. So thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all soon.